Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Workbench. David here at Scale Models Midwest. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you very much for tuning into the channel. As you can see, the Pagani Huayra that I started last week is finished. It's actually been finished for a few days. I've just been a little busy at work. But I wanted to kind of show you the inspiration for this and why I did this particular kit, and also show you what I got on deck, and gotta throw some stuff out at you. So this Pagani Huayra, my daughter picked over a McLaren 765T, and I'm glad she did. I personally like the Pagani Huayra better than the McLaren. I wanted to use as much as I could of those four paints that came with the kit: blue, black, kind of like a dark gray metallic, and silver. And the inspiration initially for this came from the March-April issue of Model Cars magazine, this guy right here. And if you've got that at a local hobby shop, or if you're a subscriber to it, cool. But there's the Pagani Huayra right there. And as you notice, it's in red up here on the top right. That's how the parts tree came, with all blue, right down to the tires. Right away, I wouldn't say I was disappointed. I was kind of surprised that the tires were molded in color, but I wasn't surprised that the tires were going to be plastic. You can detail paint these things to your heart's content. What I did with mine was I sanded the body with 1800 on up to 4000 grit sanding cloths, and then I did deviate. I could have left the body the color that it was, polished it out even further, but instead I wanted it to be a little pop. So I shot a couple, 3 coats of TS19 metallic blue, no clear. I did mask the body after it dried, and then shot semi-gloss black around the cage, if you will. And then for the glass, it just it snapped into place, but I still used Mod Podge kind of hold it in there. I left the front body color, whereas in the article the guy painted it black, and he also painted the headlamp nacelles in black. I just kind of did a little bit of brush painting with the silver that came in the kit. Dry brushing, I did that same thing, dry brushing with the rims, the outer part of the rim. I tried to use the black in the kit for the tires. It wasn't going on as well as I was hoping for, but maybe it's because it's just the paintbrush I was using was a smaller one. I could have maybe used a larger one. So I cleaned that off and shot a couple coats of NATO black on it, and then did the dry brushing with the rims. The interior was mostly brush painted with the color kits, or the colors came in the kit. I did a little bit of panel line detail, and then as I was putting it together, used the black and the gray for the diffusers, for the rear view mirrors or side mirrors, and of course for the black in the back, the same thing. I used a Gundam marker for the red tail lamps, as well as for that center light in the back, and then sat back and looked at it and go, I like it. It turned out to be a sharp kit. I'm actually going to buy another one of these and use it for the make and take. They didn't have a Bugatti in this size. I think they had a larger Bugatti that was in an Easy Builder style kit from Airfix. They also had a couple of other ones, like a VW Bug, Microbus, Ford Raptor. I said all that in the other video. So I think I'm going to get a mix of a couple of those, couple of these. I'll go back and buy that McLaren. I'm going to take a look at their planes today when we go over and get some more paint. But ultimately I was thinking this make and take's going to be coming up before I know it. And I looked at this kit and I go, a 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old kid's probably not going to want to build something this small. There's a lot of smaller parts. They might get a little discouraged and having to deal with cement and what have you. And the first kits are going to be messy anyway when they're putting them together, if they brush paint it and what have you, and that's perfectly all right. I want to give them a good first kit to start off with. So while I'm getting a number of these kits for the older kids, for whoever's in there, I needed to find something, I thought, for the youngest of the young, for the kids. And when I was at Walmart yesterday, like everybody talks about Ollie's and how you get these really cool deals at Ollie's. We don't have an Ollie's here in Des Moines or Altoona, so I don't see them. However, Walmart has those end caps of the model car kits. So the end cap showed them on clearance. So basically like half price. I want to see if they have any snap title kits. They did. So I figured for the 2 or 3 kids that I've got 3 of these so far. The AMT 96 Mustang GT. It is snap tight. It says right there. It is molded in 3 colors, so they don't have to paint this thing if they don't want to. It's molded in red. It has a black interior, and it has silver as well, I believe. Somewhere around here it tells us what colors they're molded in. Yeah, right here. Molded in metallic red, black, and silver. So this thing's ready to build out of the box and display on the shelf or do crash 'em up derbies, whatever you want to do. And they even have decals and stickers. So I bought all the kits that I saw of these that were snap tight. So I got the youngest of the young ready to go. I'd like to give them each an X-Acto knife that they can sit at the table with their parents and, you know, clean parts off of the kit. And I'd give them a file, maybe even give them an inexpensive little pair of snippers. This thing was like $4.99 at Hobby Lobby, and I've had it now for like 8 years, 9 years, and this thing still works great. And then some Tamiya thin cement. You know, this stuff right here I would rather use over tube cement any day, but still, paint wise, you know, I'd say they're on their own. Go and buy their own paint set, buy their own paint brushes, and have fun. But for the make and take, I thought at least give them a few things. That's the same thing we did with Henry and Edward when we built that F-18A Super Hornet. Gave them some cement, files, snippers, hobby knife, and went from there. First one that signs up gets the first pick, on up to the 10th one. The younger ones I'll save back the snap tight kits for, and then we'll have it at the table. Break out some pizza, let them have some fun, build the kits, get some tips. I'll bring some of my kits and show them what I've done over the years. And then those who are painting things and taking them home, maybe do a follow-up meeting, if you will, where we all sit at the table, show what we've got, and those who still need to finish them up, we'll finish the kit builds there, and hopefully we'll inspire those guys and girls to go out and build more kits, like I said in the previous video, because that's what builds our hobby, and that's what I want to do. I want to inspire these kids to actually see what I've built in person and build something in person to show off to us. We'll take pictures of them and post them on a future video for sure, and then just kind of go from there, you know. And then of course, as we got home to look at the haul that we got from the Walmart end cap, because I think I bought half of what the end cap had left, which was quite a few kits. My daughter actually picked one out. She said, "Dad, I know that she goes, I will be building a kit with you at home, but I want to do the make and take too." So she picked out the Coca-Cola 57 Chevy Cameo pickup, but she goes, "I want to paint it in red like the side panel and put the chrome mags on it." I'm like, that's my girl. So that's her kit for the make and take, and then we'll just kind of see how everything else falls into place. But I just wanted to show you this one. If you've never built one of these little 1/43 starter kits, do go pick up one of these kits from a local hobby store, from your online retailer, and build them. They are nice, sharp, slump buster kits even. I mean, because it doesn't take long to build. Yeah, they're molded in one color, but paint detail is what really makes these things come alive. And as you can see here, it just turned out to be a sharp little kit. I like it. So with that, I wanted to kind of show you what I've got for the next kit online, because my daughter pointed out to me that when we came home, we had an awful lot of kits. And then she said, we have an awful lot of kits we haven't built. She's right. So right away, I've got 2 kits that I'm working on. I'm working on a Porsche GT3, which I can't show you right now because it's kind of buried under everything. But I also picked up a couple of these. This is the AMT 68 GTO hardtop. Here's the box for it right here. This was one of the ones that was also on clearance. In fact, they all were. But I had already bought this kit before from the end cap. Kind of move that out and show you there. And it's a Craftsman Plus, which means the hood's open, but there's no engine. You just have a little engine plate that goes in. So you can put an engine in these. I do plan on doing that with one of the Pontiacs that I bought, because I did buy a few of these. I've already got one, so now I've got multiple. And this one is just going to be a quick build kit. Just basically painted it. This is just the second coat. I've got 2 more coats to put on this before I start doing the clear. This is TS23, light blue from Tamiya. Kinda matching what's there. And I'm going to do it with the same rims. This does come with pad printed tires, and it's just a very basic kit. I do like my white interiors, so we've got a off-white interior for the bucket seats, for the rear seat. I'm going to do NATO black for the back panel as well as for the dashboard, and then just paint detail it. This one I already glued the hood shut, but the other kits I've got an idea of putting in one of Joel Mendoza's big block engines. So yeah, looking at this, I've got a couple ideas. I've got to lightly sand this one, got some junk on the top and on the trunk lid, and then I'll put a couple more coats on it before I let it sit, and then I'll clear it and use a Molotow paint pen and everything. But this should be done by my next video, and I'll show you some headway on the Porsche GT3 at that point, and go from there. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you're having a great weekend building the cool kits as always. We will catch you in the next video.